got the tractor tire too.
All right, we're here with Let's Chat, Spanky, Payne, Uncle Al, and I can never say your name right.
It's HATEPH34R.
HATEPH34R.
There's numbers in it, that's why.
But they represent other things.
Well, I can't read anyways. And this is Sheep Eater? Sheet Eater.
Sheet Eater.
Sheet Eater. It almost sounds like Sheep Eater.
Alright.
Almost.
And they're both playing here November 10th, and it's going to be a good show. $5 to get in to pay for the DJ, and the commercial will be following this interview.
Watch that commercial, check it out, mark it on your calendar, write it down, write it on the back of your
Alright, so
hand.
it seems we've got two bands. I always say bands because I interview bands all the time.
Two acts.
How do you call it?
Two entities.
I've been calling it acts, artists.
Units.
What do you like to be called?
I mean,
Artist,
it's preference, right? I mean,
Artist is cool.
everybody's an artist. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't like to call myself a rapper, man, honestly. It feels...
This is my
Marginalized.
This is my first hip hop show I'm booking ever. The only time I've actually had hip hop at my shows, I had you and I had Humble Mung once.
Oh, yeah. He's
I don't know if you've heard of them. Humble Mung?
Some of you saw the show with Chibber the Gent.
He likes horror kind of
Yeah, he's dope.
rap artist. He
Like the
sings about
horror
horror
scene.
films
Yeah,
and stuff.
That's cool.
Jibba's dope, too.
He doesn't put out CDs though, like he just puts them online only, he said. He doesn't play live usually. He's doing a special one for us.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll go with this is for all of you. How did you guys come up with your band names?
Whoa.
Who wants to go
You guys
first?
want?
Well, so I had been making music by myself, and I kind of had this idea of like this bigger project, but I always needed somebody else to do it with me because it's just like, you know what I mean? I'm a person that I don't think just about the music I was trying to create because nowadays it's so much bigger than just the music. It has to be a whole total package, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I needed him for that, and we got the name because we eat a lot of LSD, and you typically find that on sheets
That was
of
my
paper.
assertion.
Yeah, you know, and like, you know, we don't just take the shit to get fucked up. We take it as like a medicine and a tool to get to where we want to go, not only in our own minds, but in our music, and just, you know, it just makes, that's why I can't call myself a rapper, because I take music from classic rock and metal and jazz and classical or, you know, whatever, and I was raised that way too, with such just a plethora of music. It's like, I would never want to marginalize myself as just a rapper. I've made just rap songs, but I don't want to do that, you know what I mean? Everybody knows you can stand up in front of a mic and rap, but like, I want the art behind all of that, you know what I mean? So when people say things to me, I'm like, oh, I'm in Cheater, I'm an artist, and my group is called Sheet, you know what I mean? Because I'm creating art to me.
I'm going to suggest
I thought it was sheet music.
No, that wasn't my first go. I was thinking, you know, water. Have you tried ayahuasca?
I've never, it's on the list, I've never done
Mescaline?
ayahuasca.
Highly
ceremony,
recommend
but
it.
yeah.
Highly
Mescaline?
recommended.
You gotta be careful with mescaline because it'll give you stomach ulcers.
Yeah, I did a bunch of that.
That's rough shit.
Now you.
All right, man. Well, it's kind of the same thing, you know. So HATEPH34R is kind of it was my online handle for a long time, and you know, like when I started approaching, I was in metal bands for years, and when I kind of started approaching, like, what do I want to do now? I was like, well, shit, I'm already HATEPH34R, and you know, to me, what it kind of represents is like, hate the fear, man. Fear is a fucking stupid thing. It makes us do stupid shit. It makes us say stupid shit.
It will manage your life.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You know, you should fucking hate that. We should all hate that. We should all strive to not fear anything. And not quite acid, but you know, I smoke a lot of weed. I smoke a lot of weed, and you know, one day I was sitting around and I was really high, and I was just like, this is my name, man. This is who I've been for, you know, 10 plus years. And kind of along the same vein, it was kind of like, I'm not a rapper, so I don't really want like a young this or young that or whatever. It was like, I'm an artist. I definitely, I want to do more than just rap, so it's like I didn't want to be tied to a genre too, you know?
You could have been MC this, young that.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Friggin', I know you from back from Pretty Corpses.
Oh, dude, even before then, I think, when I was
Yeah.
sneaking into shows.
Maybe. But how did what do you listen to on your free time? Or do you listen to punk still? Do you listen to?
I listen, honestly, dude, I listen to
How
all
did you get into
different-
hip hop?
So that's a really funny, actually, it's kind of not really funny, but I was a huge Eminem fan growing up, not gonna lie.
There we go.
You know, so back when I was
I know, I like him. I like him.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
greatest.
one of the greatest. He needs to kind of go away for a little bit, I think, come back. But
Fuck you.
I
So-
don't know, man.
Machine
I don't
Gun
know.
Kelly
so I
sucks.
fucking, I don't know, man. You know, I was always into metal. I was always into rap, and then I kind of, for a long time, you know, when I was playing guitar and I was streaming and stuff, I was like, you know, I kind of always knew like I would come back to rap at some point, but shit, there was honestly a period of time from like the 2010s and before where like it was all kind of the same shit, and I stopped listening for a long time because of that. And it's kind of actually what happened to metal for me the last couple of years was like, you know, every fucking band that comes out is the same band. It's the same blank the blank. And as much as I love music, I don't like listening to repetitive music. You know? I want to listen to new
Nobody
shit.
does.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, you guys, what do you guys doing anything else besides hip hop, or is that?
I mean,
your
I'm
only-
trying like, I'm trying
You
to.
mean like, is this your only project?
Yeah.
Yes and no, because I mean we've only been making music together now for a month, and we have an EP done and probably halfway done on like an actual own album, and you know, yes and no, because like like what you were saying, I want to bend my genre as far as I can.
Oh yeah.
Like the other day, like I was listening to a bunch of Marilyn Manson, and I happened to be kind of high, but I had never taken the time to listen to that production and how brilliant it is, and Trent Reznor and all that, like that whole like the themes that they created, and like all of that stuff can be crossed over into the shit that I'm trying to make. That whole like 90s sound and how everything, you know what I mean? Like I want to take my music to like that type of artistry, that type of level in visuals, because it like, again, it's that whole package, you know what I mean?
That
Like,
was a good year. 90s had a lot.
yeah, it should was. I'm good
Freaking
enough.
talented.
Yeah, and
great recorders.
Yeah.
Too.
like
Most of us were born then.
yeah, I mean, him and I could sit in my crib and just write raps, you know what I mean? But I've already done that. I don't want to do that. There's something special here, and I would rather take the time to be like, okay, now I really got to sit down and like figure out how to make this shit that I really want to make, you know? Because like you said, dude, I don't want to be a young anybody, you know what I mean? I want people to do like,
We're all
you know what I
bigger,
mean? Like,
you know?
I want people to come to my shows and be like, what the fuck? And just here's just like the spectrum of sounds be so broad, and, like at the core of it be what it
Look can
is.
always turn
I think what the fuck is a very admirable goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So we should like let the people know a little bit about you guys, you know, like where are you guys from, you know? You're not from Springfield, Vermont?
no.
I'm originally from Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Vermont for a while. I live in the Rutland area now.
And as we asked this question, in your hometown, how was the music scene in
I left when I was pretty young. I didn't get into music till
yeah.
I was out here. I sat in with a band, Ham Job, from Rutland area.
Yeah. Where did you play at Hand Job?
I rap. I
Oh,
wrote a
cool.
couple songs with Zach Jepson and sat in with them at a couple places.
I know Alex Abraham pretty well. We jammed together back in the day. And so where are you from? And,
I grew up in Westford, Vermont, like which is kind of like right near Smugs a little bit, Cambridge, Fairfax area. My musical tastes were directly influenced by my folks, because they just had so many records, and I would just sit there and like my thing was to be like, who produced this, and like read the notes and like, you know what I mean? Because the shit was like that was so cool to me. And you know, my dad was big into Zappa and like all the weird spacey psychedelic shit, and then my mom was into like the more poppy stuff, and you know, I got introduced to metal and everything, and like.
That's why I usually wind up asking people what they listen to as a kid or as a teenager, or what their parents had in their
Music was always on, but it was never forced, you know, it was never like, you can't listen to this or that, you know, they was just like, yo, I want to check this out, and they were like, that's cool.
have you ever heard of Discogs?
Oh yeah, Discogs is awesome.
Yeah, that's where I buy a lot of my records.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's And like I call them on my releases, and every time I have a band that I buy a CD that's not on there yet, like a local band, I always put them on there.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I make sure my
Now
kids
you-
grew up on
now
everything.
me.
My kids grew up on everything from Frank Zappa to Frank Sinatra.
Hell
Yeah, man, that's the way it's gotta be.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a New Englander, and just through and through. I've lived in New England my entire life. I grew up in Vermont. I was born in Brockton, Mass.
Oh, I'm familiar with Brockton.
Yeah.
It's a great town.
What I say is that my parents got out. I got out.
Yeah, my parents got out of Boston.
Yeah, fuck, man. So I mean, I'm kind of situated in New Hampshire right now, but New England is who I am, and it's kind of a part of me.
Oh,
so it's I don't really say that I say I'm from New England is what I'm getting at, I guess. But so let's see here. I guess the area that I would normally play, I mean, is the Boston area, because we don't really have we have some independent shit around here, but not a lot.
Not a strong scene, no.
Yeah, the Boston rap
Really gotta
scene.
chase it.
Exactly, man. And the Boston rap scene is it's a little bigger. So I play a lot of shows down there, but honestly, where I'm living right now, like the Upper Valley in New Hampshire, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
Is there anything really for hip hop around this area?
Fuck.
I think it's growing a little bit.
It's growing.
It's growing.
We got people
I heard
spread
there's a
throughout.
show coming up at Spanky's Dive Bar.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
November
excited.
5th.
November 10th.
November 10th.
Get it right.
Yeah. I gotta
Alright,
keep
talking about that, we're going to take a break. We're going to play the commercial, and then we're going to hear a song by HATEPH34R. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah? Well, now nobody's gonna know Jibba the Gent. You don't know me, sometimes I don't even know myself. At times I try too hard to be someone else.
I heard they talking about a nigga, tell him speak up. And while they talk, I take a minute, roll the weed up. I'm grinding hard and I'm getting money the fast way. Bro, crime, motherfuckers, take your ass that away. Brody trying to tell nigga legs, but I'm too weak. Bitch, I ain't on my own shit, I don't do these boys OP, novice, newbies. I be missing spit it on stage like a suit.
Relevance, it only takes a single man. Hell intense is how it gets between the fans. When you're blowing up, not giving a single fuck. Always push your luck if you wanna see the bigger bucks. If enough just ain't enough, we get the gang up in the cut. All the gas packs glass enough to make you nut. I ain't faking much, just so I be taking in all the bullshit you talking about my time and how it's spent. Fuck.
And I'm dethroned when I leave home, cause anytime I roam I'm known to never leave hoes alone. But I can't be myself anymore, and by drowning am I reborn. Depressive porn for others to peep on, never been the type to ever wanna sleep on.
In mine, it's about that time I pull you out like motherfuckers out of line. Like I know you doubted mine. That's why these chords always tangle. Got me looking at it from a different angle, different perspective. This shit got me ambidextrous. That ain't how you say that.
So it's the LSD walking, collide up and talking, feeling sleepy and hollow, just like Christopher Walken. I'm headless, my flesh is rotten, I know my presence is haunting. Clearly you run out of options, I'll have your head by the morning. I believe in the goddess, she sows the seeds for my fortune. Use this mic as a wand and I host a demon performance. Never question allegiance, I'd rather die in my sleep. I'm a shit eater, speak either, these beasts leak through my teeth.
This is my world, I feel like I'm stuck. Shut off from the rest of the globe, hopeless shit out of luck. Nobody gives a fuck about us, we get the shoulder that's cold. They got that freedom for sale and them pipe dreams sold, but we ain't buying it, the government is lying like rugs. It makes sense to make change, but that don't make them no bucks. You hear me? Nah, I think they fucking think that we're dumb. This kid's insane, he needs a shrink, he must be drinking or something. Yeah, right. I don't care what you're into, where you from, who you know, what you been through. Homie, you telling stories like a king do. Hey, and that ain't something that a king do. No, that ain't something that a boss do. Gas him up and suck exhaust fumes. Faded. For you hate it, I'll be on to the next move. You hesitated, so I cross you. Hold up.
Whenever you're ready.
Yo, this one's called Phantoms and it features Nacho Picasso. It's on my album Perish. Check it. all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. I like the addiction, but still play the victim. Scream my name, cause you're my new victim. Bleaching my system, I'm missing my rhythm. The symptoms, schisms, and mental divisions. Decisions, whoever can score that I win. Sanity check, back by death. Sign on the dots, you claim my debts. Feel the waves, I'm high for days. Got razor blades with phantom pains. Pray for war, a solid snake. My tank's on empty, we'll let it blaze. Crash and burn or die a saint. Hit a date, then dilate. I'll die great or I'll die a fake. My fate's been sealed, so elevate. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're calling out my name. My acid veins for massive pains to everyone I've loved in vain. Not the hero that I used to be. Usually it's not my thing to cause a scene. Just revel in obscene. Lack of connection, substance obsession, constant ascension to other dimensions. Perceived inception of other intentions. Fictions broken with no opposition. Fall from grace like hallowed saints, like monster flames. I'll trace the veins. Fight the addiction, afraid from obsession. I'll change my perception to like my perception. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. These new kids, all children of the corn. On the building I perform, or I'm chillin' watching porn. Not concerned about the storm, or who's swerving in that thorn. I was surfing Michael Irvin with that rock before he was born. I was watching DB before it was DBZ. And now anime is cool, that shit is so new to me. Man, I know you're not real, got nothing to prove to me. Keep your problems to yourself, got nothing to do with me. Yo, my bitch want me dead, it's just a little too to me. Every text message read, it's just a little new to me. Yeah, these four padded walls, it's just a little room to me. And my best fucking song, it's just a little tune to me. I'll taste the ass tomorrow, that's just a little soon to me. If I ain't the fucking best, I guess I'm just soon to be. I'd say see ya ass tomorrow, that's just a little soon to me. If I ain't the fucking best, I guess I'm just soon to be. Let's get it. One more time, let's fucking get it. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Purple in my brain, narco in my veins. Phantoms all around me, yeah, they're driving me insane. Fuck yeah.
Welcome back. That was Hate Fear, and the commercial before that is the show that November 10th. 10th, 2018. Spanky's Dive Bar, $5. So now, you've been pretty quiet during this one.
Have I?
Yes,
I can talk it up. I can talk like a
motherfucker.
Yeah. Serious questions?
Serious questions.
I didn't bring anything. I left my whole bag of serious questions at home.
We first when we started this, we had questions like already.
Yeah, we write them down. But now we don't.
Not right.
Well, we care less about what they are.
Yeah. A lot less.
I like the people to know like how they can hook up with you social media wise. Hate Fear, there's numbers involved. So,
it's
might be a little tricky.
Yeah. So HATEPH34R.
It's right here.
I'm on everywhere you can think of. Every streaming platform, Bandcamp, HateFear.com, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, you name it, it's there. And the beauty of having numbers in your name is that people fucking find you when they're looking for you.
Good.
I had a hell of a time.
Cheaters.
So I'm kind of like a control freak and crazy like megalomaniac. I don't put anything out until it's done, and this project is super special to me in the way that I want to do it. Like nothing will pop up until it's out there. You know what I mean? Because the vision for this is grand, and
now there's a fresh tag for it.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
But it's coming. If any producers are listening, sheeteaterbiz@gmail.com. Send us some beats. They gotta be grimy.
Hey,
That's it.
I'm a producer.
Do it,
I'll use that.
do it, man.
You know, if you can.
together.
I'm very easy to find, but like I said, this project is really special. And in this day and age in music, everything to me has to be there before you can just put the shit out. Because I could put some shit up on SoundCloud and people are gonna listen to it, but I don't want that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring in some income so we can travel. You know, that's why I want to do everything in-house by myself, because I've tried to rely on too many people in the Vermont hip-hop scene for things before, and like it's just, you know, it's cutthroat shit. Everybody's out for themselves. Everybody wants to get to the next spot, and it wasn't until I found somebody that was like just trying to make good ass music and had the vision that I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna do this shit myself because nobody else can do it.
Yep. Any more serious questions? That wasn't really serious.
That was serious, man. People getting the information out to the friggin' people. You know, that's pretty serious shit.
What about you, man? You got music out.
Yeah, I do some stuff. I've been working on a mixtape right now. Myself solo at His Eternal Madness. It's coming together slowly but surely.
Yep. Check it out.
But now, since he's got serious questions, how would you explain your style?
Man.
Yeah, because we heard about 3 times, I don't want to be called a rapper.
That's a tough question, man. There's a lot of people, like, I just feel like there's a lot of people who would label things as like dark, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know, you can go down that path, but like, I guess if I was to say something, man, I'm an indie rapper with a little bit of a dark leaning. You know, I rap about nerdy shit, fucking dark shit that's happened to me. I guess that's how they look.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean? For a casual listener, they're gonna be like, "You're a rapper." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Somebody who's gonna sit down and listen to my words, or our words, they're gonna be like, "Oh, these guys are into some shit. They're talking about some stuff that maybe a lot of people aren't really talking about." You know?
Yeah.
Just like.
Yeah.
But we definitely lean toward like the occult, you know what I mean? Like, we like dark shit, you know what I mean? My life has been pretty dark. I don't know a lot of light, you know what I mean? I rap about what I've experienced, and a lot of it's pretty dark, and that's basically like the metal scene, like the grindcore kids, like those are kind of like my lane, even though I'm making this kind of music, you know what I mean? Because it's like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm not trying to make music for kids that want to like listen to Mac Miller and shit like that. I'm not. You know what I mean? Yeah, R.I.P. But you know the consequences when you do that shit. But anyway, you know.
I have to say, so the tough thing for me, man, is, you know, I produce a lot of my own beats. I put out shit that isn't rap. I mean, I've got singles out that are orchestral pieces. I've got an EP that's coming out in like a month or 2 that has some metal tracks on it. Again, actually, that I've done myself. You know, I play guitar, I scream. So it's like, that's the tough part too, is like even trying to get across to somebody like, well, but Hate Fear is my music project. It's whatever I put out, you know, so.
That's what I hate about when we do play Morpheus. We had a beat that I did a keyboard thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool, we should put this in Morpheus. Well, it don't fit our style. Like,
yeah.
Morpheus is whatever we put out.
Yeah.
It's our style, no matter what.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
You gotta evolve.
Once you box yourself in, don't hurt.
Well, we kept getting harder and harder.
Yeah, we gotta evolve.
To hard, to metal, to...
Not evolving, you're still.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kept getting faster.
It's like somebody that somebody really likes, they'll put out an album and they'll get really behind it, and then the next one will be, you know, they'll have grown as an artist and the music will be different, and they're like, oh, well, it's different.
Oh, that's
You
not
know what I
him.
mean? And it's like, well, it ain't always going to be the same unless you want to listen to some stale-ass music, you know? Like, we're probably not going to always rap about the shit that we rap about as this shit continues, because, again, I want it to change and evolve. Yes, that's what music is. Like, I could sit here all day and just write bars, but
Yeah. Another Vermonter I've been listening to for 15 years, Grace Potter.
Yeah.
And she's changed so much.
She's changed a bunch.
All the things. It's all been great, you know, but it's not the same as it was 15 years ago.
The way I look at it is like music's a reflection, like the music you create is a reflection of your life. So unless you're doing the same exact thing every single day,
Right.
the music is going to change.
That's if you're writing, and if you're the same person at 35 as you were at 19, you're probably
Right.
doing bad terms.
Yeah, for real, man.
Sure as hell ain't doing the same things I used to.
Nope.
No, we survived that.
I try sometimes. Usually, it's usually a big
Survivors.
right.
Yep. Oh, so reverse osmosis here is reverse psychology is going to be if you were interviewing you, what question would you ask yourself? Big opportunity here. You can do whatever you want with that.
Of course, we've had a lot of people turn it over to asking us questions.
Oh shit.
Do the interview.
That's an option?
Everything. There's nothing off the table.
Yeah,
Fuck, man.
we've given them one question to ask us, and it's usually pretty
Turned
good.
into 20 minutes of bullshit.
Usually it does. It's usually like a
No, you
2-minute
did.
rant.
Yeah, rant's good.
I guess, I don't know, I guess mine would be like, I don't know, let's hypothetically say that I had you over to the crib and showed you our project, you know what I mean? And then you were like, what's your overall goal with this? I'd be like, imagine us as a tag team wrestling duo. For real. Look at wrestling, I mean, the characters, like that's what I'm speaking about when I say the theme, like, you know what I mean? I watch hella wrestling and I see him and like coming in as a story, you know what I mean? And like, I want, like, I could sit here all day and like try to explain this to people of like this vision, you know what I mean? But it's like, this has to be a show. It's like, I don't want people, you know, people can come and just watch me stand there and again, rap, but why? When we could come in all crazy and make a show, you know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to do. Like the plans that we have are pretty cool, you know what I mean? We wanted people to come and trip out and expect to have a party and a good time and know what they're gonna get and each time be different. And when we walk into the ring to the stage, you know, they don't know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? We could bring you out and on some like tag team stuff.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I feel like a lot of everything around here is missing is just that total package of it. Like I see where I am now, but I know where I want to go and what I need to do that. And I really want people to understand that, but I guess the easiest way that I could do it is if somebody asked me that question, just be like, well, think about wrestling. You know what I mean? And
Good answer.
Yeah, it's a good question.
And good answer.
Alright, I'm gonna stall for time by answering your question there. What would I say my vision would be? I mean, I just kind of want to make the shit that, you know, that like kind of I would want to listen to, man. You know, that I would want to watch a music video of, that I would want to see pictures of, that I would want to go to a live show and see. That's all I'm trying to do, you know? Do that.
That's where it starts. If you're not doing that, you know.
Exactly, man. And I want to do that.
Where's your soul, you know?
Right, where is it? And that's the thing, man, is I feel like that's the vision, right? The vision is just having fun with it while also maintaining like the integrity of like, this is what I would want to go and experience and listen to.
Yeah. When I go to see
Now you took your question time, so I'm gonna pass it on to him.
Fuck.
what was it? Same question?
Yeah, same question.
What would you ask yourself?
Or would you ask
What would you like?
What would you say the
would you
vision
ask us?
of your deal is? Was kind of his question.
We're going back to our question now.
I'm getting
You remember it?
What was the question?
What was the question?
Could you repeat the question, please?
What would you ask yourself, or would you ask us to ask you, or you ask us?
Yeah, I got that. You said that.
That's like a Donald Trump moment, right?
Dude, don't even say that.
It was the wettest out there. Wetter than wet.
It'd It'd be the same. It'd be the vision question, and it's just like have it explained. Just want to like, I don't know, when I rap, I see myself as like you explain like it's a character. You know what I mean? Like a cartoon character, anime character. Yeah. My preference.
Because I'm a degenerate as a human being. You know what I mean? But like, and that goes into my music. But my music is a more confident. You know, I wrote a song called "The Demon," and like I have this alter ego that's the demon, and he comes out, and because I'm pretty quiet when I'm not doing this, you know what I mean? But I get up there, and this shit comes out of me, and I don't know where it comes from.
It's like a
I think that's part of it's for. Get that shit out there.
For real.
Alright.
And you know, you can check him out.
So you guys basically
CD.
Yeah, a compilation.
Yeah, and when we come down to it, so you guys are like an anime wrestling team.
Pretty much, yeah.
That, you know, like,
That's what I work that.
I don't rap, but I do stupid shit on stage. I can help you out.
I mean,
If you ever need a fat wrestler in a leotard, I'll do it. I will run around.
Take everyone's expectations and shatter them.
Yeah.
What people want to be,
yeah.
they're like, okay, like they want to see us and expect a specific thing. I wanted to transcend that completely.
I used to smash broken glass all over me.
like Gigi Allen.
Yeah.
You also,
I was obsessed with Gigi for a little bit.
you also kind of originated the condom challenge.
I did originate the condom challenge.
Like,
I did that for 12 years. That was popular. And I put it on YouTube like 12 years ago.
First time I met you, dude, that stuck out in my mind. I was like, that's the condom trick, dude.
That's the Somehow it took off, and then everybody started bitching about it. It's like, fuck, I did this when it was cool.
Is that where Spanky comes from?
Spanky came from the guy choking me out because I rubbed a bottle on his girlfriend's, you know. She was hitting on me all the time, and so I just did a slight move. So he slammed me against the side of this van called me Spanky. I was like, I actually like that. That's awesome. And then Payne came from Major Payne. Oh, dude, the movie.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, I like the spelling of that. I'm just gonna steal that.
Need me to tell you the story of the little engine that could.
So yeah, that's how Spanky Payne came about. Before it was fucking cock green. So
Yeah, I know it's been.
yeah, I had a bunch of stage names before that. Came up on foot. I was trying to be the most crude possible as a teenager.
Yep.
Crude as possible.
I mean, that's what the scene is, right? It's just like,
What was that?
crazy shit like that.
I was crude. I used to get on stage and get naked, and now I get in trouble for just showing my ass.
Different times.
Different times. Well, the bartender's like, this ain't a place for dicks and ass. You have to be 18 years old to see. You can't. There's too many people that can't see porn. Here, I'm like, you have to be 21 years old to be here, right? They carded everybody. Then
I mean, shit,
you
dude.
be 18 to watch porn.
Right?
They asked me to.
Yeah.
They were. They were saying, well, why aren't you showing your ass yet?
Any
Ass.
any near future dates, plans for dates, planning about anything like that?
Shit. Well, we got that show November 10th
November
here.
10th here.
November 10th at Spanky's Dive Bar.
We're rocking that habit tonight.
Yeah, fuck yeah. What
What you
else?
go to?
I'm playing at the Bungalow in Manchester with Anybody Killa, October 23rd.
We were talking about we were talking.
You know what it was?
We interviewed 11
a lot of
bands.
bands one day.
Yeah.
And like half of them were brought up the bungalow
Because we did a
It's
show.
so good, dude. Honestly, like, shout out NH Booking and Richie. Those are my guys, man. They get, as far as the metal scene goes, they get some of the best packages. Touring, local, doesn't matter. And then, you know, they're kind of branching into rap.
But it was like we did the Wookiee Fest. We interviewed like 11 bands.
Yeah.
Non-stop after they come out and talk to us. We did 5 interviews.
Yeah.
And it was every single one of them all said, yeah, we're at the bungalow this day. I'm like, Holy crap! I never even heard of this place until today.
They do like 7 shows a week practically. Wow. But yeah.
They actually got a good crowd.
They get
you got plans to play out?
Yeah, we have the show here the 10th, and then once we drop the EP, we'll start setting up some stuff.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of shit.
So interested in hearing.
Actually, talking about that, we're gonna play a song by Sheet Eater.
Yo, what up? We're Sheet Eater.
Sheet Eater.
Shout out Spanky's Basement.
This is Eternal Madness.
Yeah, Habit.
Yeah. Said it's the LSD walking, collide up and talking, feeling sleepy and hollow, just like Christopher Walken. I'm headless, my flesh is rotten. I know my presence is haunting. Clearly, you run out of options. I'll have your head by the morning. I believe in the goddess, she sows the seeds to my fortune. Use this mic as a wand and I host a demon performance. Never question allegiance, I'd rather die in my sleep. I'm a sheet eater, speak evil, these beasts leak through my teeth. I feel the pressure, I'm sinking in depths of death and deceit. Try not to stress us, reflect on the messages I receive. With no progression, regrets lead to my regression. Beginning my Armageddon, karma comes heavier than you think. Don't even blink, or you might miss it. Misfit became a mystic, my syndicate paints depictions of angels with tainted vision. My light is just a reflection, but you couldn't see the difference.
I dwell in Hades' basement as a shell of my existence. Yeah, Sheet Eater. Habit, his eternal madness. Spanky. Hey, yeah. I'm feeling like I could die at any minute. Out of my mind while I'm in it. The crystal spoken, we got down to business. Down in the hole, I work the physics. I lay a sheet up in your kitchen and yo, bitch, are you down to kick it? No limits, a ghost image. Hold the host, the symbiote suits. We recoup the dough. Let the venom go. Lord, watch the vial pour. This is all out war. Pandemonium in my frontal lobe. I'm caught up in the undertow. From under where the thunder go. Hide out in the bungalow. The crystal lair is where we prepared and packed the dose. Vaulted if it's exceptional. Chemical trails, intestinal trails. Mescaline ale, I got destined prepared. Yeah. Sheet Eater.
Now you just heard Sheet Eater.
Cool.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Badass. Yeah.
So what was the question was, oh yeah, we had a little sound issue in the first part of this. It might sound a little different than it does right now.
So change your ears for this part.
Shit happens.
Little editing issue.
Sheets happen.
So I would like to ask, what would you want to get out? You got any other projects, any releases for the people?
Fuck yeah. So I just put out an album called Perish. It features Nacho Picasso and Early Adopted. You can find it on every streaming platform. Hatefear.bandcamp.com, hatefear.com, all of it. You can find it everywhere. Spotify. See here, I have a really, really heavy.
Remember the numbers in there, HATEPH34R?
Yep, HATEPH34R, and I have a really heavy EP coming out very soon. It's gonna feature a little bit of metal, a lot of screaming. So be on the lookout for that. And I have a Scream Hop, and I have a guest verse that I just played. You heard it in this track that this video.
The one you're about to hear.
Oh, fuck. The one you're about to hear. Editing magic. Movie magic. Alright, so that one is a guest verse I just did for Sun Cult's Grizz. That dude is dope. Check his shit out. That's going to be dropping this month, so check that shit out. It's fucking heavy. What about you guys?
So the Sheet Eater EP will be done soon. You'll be able to find that on our website when we launch it and all the local Vermont outlets where you can hear music. Shout to Vermont Hip Hop, Blogspot, fucking Wombaticus Rex, holding it down so everybody knows what's going on. You can follow me on Instagram, Habit Raps. You can follow Sheet Eater on Instagram. It's just Sheet Eater. Shout outs to Basic Brains, a local cat up in Burlington who I've guest featured on. We did an album together called Crows. You can find that on SoundCloud, Crows Music Group. Other than that, just wait for Sheet Eater. Just wait for Sheet Eater. It's coming out soon. I can't give you a date yet, but you'll hear it when it drops.
You saw what they do. Check that shit out. All that.
All right, from the top.
No, we're just gonna go with his sound probably.
Oh, yeah, and we get this mic out.
No, fair enough, fair enough.
It's just good. We did have some sound problems. We still do have some sound problems.
We got it, though.
It's
We got
rather-
it.
we figured it out.
And you said you had some, you were doing some stuff prior, it's out there.
Yeah, his Internal Madness, got a mixtape coming out soon.
I love that name. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah.
And Cheater's got something coming out. He's got something coming out. November 10th, you'll be able to see them.
Here.
We'll all be rocking
Yeah.
here.
And we're doing the $5 thing to cover the expenses that I usually don't. And all that, but. you
It's
know,
for the
there are-
DJ.
Yeah.
He wanted 150, but he'll do
There
whatever.
are
the door
expenses
brings.
involved, so it's door to the DJ, so let's do that, $5, November 10th.
If you wanna give me money, you can give me
Spanky
money.
dive bar.
Spanky's dive bar.
Yeah, if you wanna give me Spanky money too, you know, that'd be great, but, you know, or people, it rarely happens, it turns out.
Or beer.
But a beer, that does happen.
Smoke
And
these guys
whiskeys
up.
happen, beers happen, weed
Always appreciate
happen,
it.
edibles
Always
happen.
appreciate it.
I know a lot of people bring mushrooms to the show sometimes.
That's happened.
I'm sure they want some. So, support local music. Check out Spanky's Dive Bar.
Eat your sheets.
Your sheets.
Hate the fear, eat the sheets.
Don't let your sheets, do not let your sheets get wrinkled.
Unless you have
Don't do
repressed
drugs.
psychological mental health
Don't
issues.
drink.
I'll eat your sheets.
I'll eat your shit.
Share them with us.
Alright, stay in drugs,
Peace.
don't do school.
Check out Let's
and-
Chat. Subscribe.
Hate fear, sheets, Spanky Payne.
Yo, this is a fucking guest verse I just did for my boy Grizz from Sun Call. Let's get it.
Brain matter splat on tap, Taylor's Taylor tears go from traumatic reactions to past distractions, holding all kinds of directions while trying to steady my conscience, steady trying to write my lines while everyone wants a piece of the pie. I'm getting mine, so why do I mind? Fuck it, you all gonna die! Playing to defend claims that I'm drowning my wake in my lane. Talking about international shows, but never left their fucking parents' homes. Where the fuck did your records go? Where's the photos from each of your shows? Many lies, can you even compose? Thinking they're buying the shit that you sold? Day late in a dollar short, cursing my name's your only retort. Probably won't utter my name on record, but fuck it, won't stop till the earth is scorched. Red Porsche screaming red rum, got the black tongue, yeah I'm born hung. You talked tough, but you never won. Salty wounds is so fun. We're the damned and the worthless. Start a couple riots and we'll burn a couple churches. Spending all the cash, we ain't earned yet. Perfect! Scum of the earth, we're the damned and the worthless. Spending all the cash, we ain't earned yet. Perfect!
This song's called The Demon.
CD.
Yeah.
Walking on the walls, looking for my prey. I don't even know if you even know my name. If you did, would you say to just throw me away? I don't feel okay. I maneuver through the gray, don't let the sun in. Take the Uber to my place, just wait for come in. Summon up my demons, the demons they want in. Summon up my demons, the demons they want in. Summon up my demons, the demons they want in. Summon up my demons, the demons they want in. Summon up my demons, the demons they want in. Bitches summon up my demons, the demons they want in.
Yo, walking on the walls,
Looking for my prey. I don't even know if you even know my name. If you did what you say, then just throw me away. I don't feel okay. I maneuver through the black, don't let the sun rise. I hit it from the back, I'm back to one size. Always big, play apart just right. Say the right shit, you wear my chain all night. The demon. The demon. The demon. The demon. Yeah. Walking on the walls, looking for my prey. I don't even know if you even know my name. If you did what you say, say to just throw me away. I don't feel okay. On the walls, looking for my prey. I don't even know if you even know my name. If you dare, would you say to just throw me away? I don't feel okay.
I maneuver through the black, don't let the sun rise. We hit it from the back, go back to one side. All white baked, play the part just right. Say the right shit, you wear my chain all night. The demon. The demon. The demon. The demon. You ready to summon this?
You want gold? Don't want bitches? Summon the demons.
Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. Summon up my demons, the demons they want him. The demon. Thank you very much for a Teen Eater. That's the demon. EP coming soon. Thank you, Spanky. Thank you, HATEPH34R. Love y'all.